Okay, YouTube, Twitch. Just gonna see if Instagram and Facebook pop up. I see Facebook. Cool, and I see Instagram. All right, I think we are live, which is good. So it's been a while, I know. Kind of took a hiatus there. Probably get a little bit into it on the daily one. I am gonna have a late night Shane show following this, where I'll get into kind of more nitty gritty, just kind of behind the scenes. But always want to put this out here. Hey, what's up, Christian? How's it going? But yeah, I don't know. So basically, I won a race last week from memory, kind of after missing day one. Just got in my head a little bit, and we'll definitely give more detail, like I said, on the late night Shane show. But other than that, still focusing on not saying and which is funny because I almost said and right there. But that's definitely a focus for me. Want to continue to kind of get better at public speaking and just not, adding extra airtime and stuff like that by saying the uhs and the ums. Cool. So part of the reason I stopped is that every time it was 10 p.m., just felt like I was either working on the code that I was working on or doing something else that was productive. And so even in some cases, like spending times with friends and stuff like that. But yeah, it was like weird. It just, in general, what I found out was even though I was trying to maybe save time or use more productive time towards other tasks, just backfired a little bit because I was a little less organized. I do find that structure provides efficiency and kind of getting things done, as well as an accountability. And yeah, I mean, like, even when I do this, I'm better at waking up early. I'm better at kind of getting to bed on time, to start the day the next day. So I really want to get back into posting daily quotes and then also going live. Maybe not if not live, like having a daily update just to kind of go over where I'm at and stuff like that. Would love to keep it condensed. I can already tell this one's going to be a little bit long, but going to do my best to keep it somewhat near the 10-minute mark. So even though I made a lot of progress on the code that I've been working on, seems like I just went in a circle back to like a month ago, which just stinks. Like, you spent all this time working and stuff, and I'm like, oh, is it wasted effort? There's definitely lessons learned, but there was also maybe some counterproductive, moments in time. So just trying to figure out how to be better about that. Maybe more structured with kind of what I do on any given day. Let's see what else I have written here. Sorry, I'm just kind of going through the list, just the agenda. Definitely want to nail the items. And yeah, I mean, part of it, I was in my head, when I was doing a couple last week, I just felt like they were very short updates, almost had nervousness, anxiety, which I hadn't been having. So that was weird for me, for sure. So coming back from that. But yeah, going kind of following on my list here. So I did a lot of code, but I feel like I'm in the same place I was a month ago and things just aren't working, which is unfortunate. But, just because it felt like a waste of time, I need to be better at forgiving myself with failures, which is kind of why the Maya Angelou quote was there today. And that kind of reminds me that I skipped that. So the quote for the day is actually from Maya Angelou. And I think I had it in a post way back in early October, but it says, while one may encounter many defeats, one must not be defeated. And I think, basically the past week felt a little bit defeated, maybe a little bit in the poor me phase, but it's always good to just kind of pick up the bootstraps and keep going. I was productive in ways, but I do feel like I've been more productive at times when I'm kind of committed to going live daily, interacting with community and stuff like that. We'll keep going. So yeah, I just need to keep learning how to move on. There's times where I was pretty, felt like I was in a good place mentally, moved on. And then if you just start to dwell in the past, it's a quick way to kick up depression and anxiety and stuff like that. Man, hindsight is so 2020. And so when you look back and think about could I have done this? Should I have done that? It's just way easier said than done. And also, it's all you can do is just drive yourself mad, kind of worrying about that. So not going to dwell on the past of the past week too much, besides just saying that wasn't what I'm committed to. Would love to do a good job of not over flooding social media, but finding a good balance of structure and accountability while continuing to grow and learn from this process. So that's kind of what I learned from taking the week off. I can't even believe it was 8 days. Felt like it was 5. And then every time I'd be all right, I'm going to go on today. Suddenly it'd be 11 o'clock. I'm no one wants to see it anyways. And that doesn't really matter. I'm not necessarily doing it for people to see or, beyond just myself and the accountability. So that's kind of where I'm back to. I did not even do stand-up last week, nor did I go to my comedy kind of workshop. And so that was like I was down on myself there. It all started, honestly, Sunday. Didn't go to church. And I don't know what day that was. I guess that was probably the first day I didn't go live. Just kind of all snowballed from there. So we're back. We reached the valley kind of that snowball that hit. Feeling good. Ultimately, wasn't really like that down, but I was just like, oh, I don't feel like recording today. I don't feel like doing that today. And then I started to see myself falling back in those old tracks, kind of the ways that I'm trying to improve from. That's the easy, comfortable way. The default mode is going to go there, and I know what results from the default mode. It's not a bad life, but it's not fulfilling like what I want to be up to and stuff like that. So really committed to using structure to reach my goals. And speaking of goals, we're at 5 minutes, so just want to keep moving forward. But let's see what else I have written here. Talked about that. Yeah, it just felt like Groundhog Day for me a little bit last week when I kind of stopped, and then like I'll go into it more on the other call without being repetitive. But anyways, the last lesson learned is it's okay not to follow through. You just gotta like cheer up and keep going. That's always important. Positivity breeds more positivity. If you go around looking for negative things, you're gonna find proof of that, and it's easy to be kind of negative in that kind of mindset. So, daily recap. Got a new client today, which was awesome. They actually reached out yesterday, and my poor organization, I didn't reach out early enough, and I started looking at my messages, and then they sent me another message being like, hey, if you don't want the business, no big deal. I'm like, oh, no, I absolutely do. So it was cool having someone from my past kind of reach out. Going to be excited to help them find a place down here in Myrtle Beach. I think over the next few months to year, I'm going to see a lot of people that are reaching out because there's just nothing affordable up in the Northeast, unfortunately. And so plenty of stuff down here. I think, unfortunately, because the prices have risen so fast, some of the rents and the income that you're getting on day one might not be as juicy as you're going to see year 2, year 3. But what you're starting to see down here is like rental markets going up. And so in order to rent month by month or, a year lease, it's a lot higher substantially. And so you're actually seeing the short-term rentals and the long-term rentals start to converge. And so on the other side of that, you're going to see short-term rentals, the price go up even more as the demand's not going anywhere. So that's kind of interesting to say. I did have a stand-up tonight, which was awesome. Got back on track. I went to church Sunday. I did my stand-up today. I did my workshop yesterday. I did skip golf Tuesday, which kind of throws off my week because now I have to go tomorrow. But shout out to my dad for kind of taking one for the team and double golfing, although I think he loves it, so is what it is. I actually think last week, which pissed me off, or it was like part of it all, was I did so bad in golf. Like, it was insanely bad. Like, absolutely terrible, which is tough because, like, I was never that great. But when you were better, just naturally swinging, and then you just, like, can't get it down. Very frustrating sport. To the point where I'm like, I don't even want to be here. And I'm not even, like, being a sore sport. But out there with my dad, he's like, oh, come on, like, cheer up. And I'm like, how can you fake cheer when you're literally just hitting shitty balls? I'm not even upset. I was just, like, pretty, like, emotionless. And unfortunately, where my normal positive, cheery self, it's, like, obvious when I'm kind of just, like, going through the motions. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do that with golf. Would love to get out there and practice. I think that's kind of maybe the theme today is practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. Would love to practice more of my stand-up routine. Would love to practice more of just being accountable and doing these daily things and figuring out how I want to kind of set myself up on social media. And then also practice golf, as obvious as that is. So there's that. I'm not going to get too much into it. Timmy D had like a little routine procedure that he had scheduled, and I had to like drive him around. So that kind of took up some of my morning. I was up way too late, which isn't productive. So going to hopefully get to bed early tonight, not stay up too late. We'll see how that goes. Is what it is. Talking about tomorrow, we have golf early, which is nice. We have coastal baseball in the afternoon, but I really don't want to waste the whole day between the two. And we're kind of going to be out that way. So I'm going to try to get a showing in out that way to help out a client. And who knows, it'll be good to just kind of relax. I'm going into a busy week next week of bartending where the shifts are starting. It is actually opening March 4th, Monday. So come check it out down at Merle's Inlet. You got Neil's Creek House. Some great food. We tried it out. So I'm excited for that, but maybe just give myself a break and kind of rest a little bit going into that. But yeah, I mean, structure is only going to help me in the long run. And similar to practice and studying, just need to keep practicing the drinks, practicing the menu, getting familiar with it and comfortable so that ultimately it's smooth sailing. It's something I've done serving in the past, but it's been a while, so that's just something to adjust for. All right, we're at 9 minutes. Cool. And then, yeah, this is where I'm going to start to wrap it up. So I want to thank you all. Please continue to just watch and support. I hope there's something in this that helps. I hope I'm not just sounding like a whiny, B word or something like that. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Plan that trip. Come on down, Bobby, anytime. You're more than welcome. I'm probably wicked delayed in noticing it. I kind of have like 3 screens. I do like Facebook on the left, do Instagram on the right, and all the fun in between. But yeah, so I just want to say I hope you guys continue to grow and learn along with me. That's always the goal. Every day better than yesterday. We can take a step back, but it's important to just keep moving forward and not letting a complacency or any sort of bad day hinder us from reaching our goals. I'm still on track to hit a lot of goals. I'm actually really pumped to be starting bartending, which will be good regular income. And also we have some transactions next month. So we're going to start the ball rolling there. But we want to keep building transactions and stuff like that. Really just want to build my brand on social media. I'd love to get into interviewing people and starting to have like a weekly podcast. So I think that's kind of in my space right now. And the last thing that Timothy has been really helpful for, but I've been slacking, is I need to get my landscape company going. In the next 3 weeks, if I don't get clients, I'm going to miss the whole thing. So this is the time to do it. Anyone in the Myrtle Beach area, definitely send people my way. Going to be doing some loveyourlawn.care. It's part of Monday Vert, and what we do is like an all-electric landscaping. There'll be more videos to come. You'll probably be annoyed with me soon enough. But yeah, I hope you all have a good one. I definitely plan on being online tomorrow, back live, start doing my daily quotes again, get back into the swing of things, figure out maybe a better, less burnout method, or maybe like have certain days off where I'm just like, hey, we're not going to go live these 2 days. I think 7 days is a lot, but definitely want to keep doing it and get the benefit of kind of what I've been up to. So yeah, we'll see. I hope you all have a great day. Hope you guys can get some encouragement from this, and yeah, just keep reaching out. One love. If you want to check me out, I'm going to do the late night Shane D show. Going to be kind of a different topics and stuff like that, kind of going into more detail, the stuff that I don't necessarily want to share on Facebook, but the stuff that really explaining where I've been at. I know I was talking about kind of the mental state, but there is actually a very concrete example of why it's not a bad thing, but it's just something I'm beating myself up over, and we'll get into it there. So hopefully I'll see you guys on the next call. If not, thanks for checking it out. We didn't do too bad. We're at 12 minutes. I've done certainly worse. Hope you have a great one. Thanks.